Hey everybody, Corey here with another video. Obviously, that's stupid. That's a horrible intro. What am I thinking? Anyways, rolling with the punches. I also notice I look at myself a lot on the screen, so I apologize. I'm trying to make more contact directly to you. Today's video is about uh, custom minis. Being newer into the market of D&D, and maybe if you're newer into it, you might not think so much about custom minis. You might not even play with minis. You know, it's not a requirement when you're playing D&D. But I'm one of those people. I get really into things. I become a little bit obsessed. Hence the ridiculous amounts of books that I've already purchased, and I've got more down there. But custom minis, if you are in a campaign where you're creating your own character, they're great. Or like my friend Molly, whose house I'm going to, and we're playing D&D. She didn't really have a character or a mini that fit my character and what I had kind of envisioned. So I went through and created this guy, which you can see in the last video as well. And then he came from the starter set, and then I wanted to kind of take my hand at creating my own character completely from scratch, and that's where I created this guy. So that's kind of the quick little background where I came from. But when shopping around for a custom mini, there's a ton of options out there, and I'm usually the kind of person, I will find something I like and I just stick with it. But I did find an alternative to what I use. So this guy here, this is Yarok Sarah. It was for my game with my current D&D group, and I had purchased him on HeroForge, and he's also the very first time I ever painted a mini. So there's definitely some flaws. There's definitely improvements that could be made on the paint job, especially that little green thing. I don't know if you can see that green spot down there. That's not going to focus. Let's see. Maybe if I focus a little bit. No, maybe not. Probably not going to focus. Anyways, didn't remember what I had placed there. And then after I got done painting and everything, I realized it was supposed to be a squirrel. But anyways, I purchased this guy from HeroForge, and I'd heard some reviews, and one coming from Molly that she didn't like HeroForge because they were very fragile and delicate. And I look at something like this, tiny. I mean, I have huge hands. This thing's obviously like the tip of my thumb. I'm going to treat this very delicately anyway. I was raised with breakable objects in my home. My mom collected precious moments. So I'm pretty careful with things, especially at my large size with my large hands. I tend to be a little bit more delicate when I grab on things that I feel might be fragile. And honestly, he's not as fragile as she had told me, and as I've read online for reviews for HeroForge. I've actually been very happy with him. He's been banged around a little bit. Again, I am very careful with him. I don't go and slam him onto the table or anything. But I got him in. I thought decent price. I think I paid about $25 for him on HeroForge, and super happy with the product I got. And then when I created my other character, I was like, well, let me see if there's other options available for custom minis. And then that's when I created this guy, who is Lavanus Jawbolt. He is a Dragonborn rogue who happens to have a tail, even though I know Dragonborns in D&D typically do not have tails. But he's got he was maybe a little different. And but when I went searching around for another custom mini, I'm like, I didn't know if I wanted to go through HeroForge again. So the whole task broke out again for looking for a place that did custom minis that was not HeroForge. Even though I love the product I got from them. And this guy came from a company called Anvil. I think I'm saying that right. I think it's anvil.co, but I will definitely get the correct web address in the description. And About the same cost. I think I spent about $25, $25 $30 after creating him and then picking the material and then having them shipped. And the quality on this guy is great. I love everything about this. I love the size. Size comparison, he is a little bit smaller than my HeroForge guy, but I think I jacked up the size on him quite a bit to make him taller. I just kind of left as, since he's a rogue, and I know Dragonborns are not really supposed to be rogues, I left him a little bit smaller. Again, due to some of the backstory. But love it. And again, paid roughly the same amount. So, after kind of playing with both of them, well, not playing with both of them, but having both of them, painting them, handling them, and I haven't heard really anything bad about Anvil. Not like HeroForge, again, where people said they're overly just fragile, and I don't really get that. But, whatever, to each their own. I have to say, I like both companies. They both offer something different. Both you can build from your smartphone. If you're like me, that's what you do most of everything on. You might use a computer or a tablet at home, but primarily when I'm doing things or when I'm thinking about doing things, it's my phone in hand that I'm doing these things on. And that's what I've done with these guys. I built both of these guys using my phone. So for the price, both of them sell different materials. Both of them have fairly similar build styles. Going through, loading, adding things on. You can see in real time as you're adding it, so it's not like it's blind. And then at the end, you get to kind of pick your poses and things like that. I'd recommend both of them, honestly. I can't say one wins over the other, which is really, probably not what you're tuning in for. Maybe you're wanting a definitive winner of the two mini manufacturers, but you wouldn't be wrong going in either direction. I do think that, if I remember correctly, my guy from Anvil did come a little quicker. And that could be due to several different factors. I want to say I waited for HeroForge for 4 weeks. Anvil, I think, was about 2.5 or 3 weeks, give or take. And that could just be volume of order, materials, kind of where they are backlogged. Again, I can't say anything bad about either company. They both put out great, detailed work. Obviously, when you start getting into the more expensive materials for printing, the price goes up. The figure could get, in HeroForge's case, I think the next step up from this guy, which was the cheapest line. When you bump up, he actually does get more fragile. And they do tell you that when you're buying him, that this material, you're going to have better detail, but it's going to be more fragile. Both of them offer metal figures, which I did purchase a metal figure recently, and this guy came from HeroForge, so I'll get started on painting him hopefully soon. And the detail on this guy is great. I can't wait to prime it to kind of see how some of that roughness gets filled in and how that ends up working out, because this is my first metal mini. But honestly, if you're looking for a custom mini, go to both of their websites, play around with some builds, because maybe there's something that you're wanting that one offers that the other one doesn't. And I think, honestly, that's the best way to go. You wouldn't go wrong ordering from HeroForge or from Anvil. So if you're in the market for a custom mini, some people think $25 is expensive. I think $25 for something customized for you, that in most cases is going to be a one of a kind. The likelihood of someone creating the exact same design that you create is pretty slim. So I think $25 is well worth it. Definitely check them out. Show them some love. You can follow them both online. I think Anvil, again, I'll get the correct names in the description, but HeroForge, I believe, is just HeroForge on Twitter and on Instagram, and Anvil is Anvil Miniatures, I believe. But I'll have both those linked up down below. But check them both out. Let them know online. Tag them if you're with this video. If you want to share it and tag both of them. I'm just excited that there's places I get customized stuff, and you know, if there's more places, or if you get your custom minis somewhere else, I would love to check them out. Let me know down in the comments below. And if you found this video even the least bit helpful, or you enjoyed it, feel free to give it a share. And yeah, that's all I got. Next round session of D&D with my friend Molly is this Sunday, so I'm really pumped. I'm excited. And yeah, so we'll have another video next week to kind of summarize how that went. And then I've got another item that I've got to take into the sessions that I will maybe do a review on in the coming weeks that I picked up from Etsy. So I'll keep you posted. And again, thank you for watching these videos. I know they're not great, but if you're on your D&D journey and you're just starting out, hopefully you're getting some kind of helpful information. And yeah, that's it. I'm rambling on. So thanks for watching. Thanks for the likes. Thanks for the comments. And we'll see you on the next go around.